Welcome back to Central Valley Wedding and Special Events. I'm Shara Roderick, and I'm here with George Ohan of the Narrow Gauge Inn. Thanks for joining me, George.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank
Great
you for
to have
having
you
me.
here. Can you tell me a little bit about the Narrow Gauge Inn? I haven't heard of it before tonight.
Well, the Narrow Gauge Inn was built in 1952, and it's the really cool train up on the 41. It's the Yosemite Mountain Sugar Pine Railroad, actually. And so the Narrow Gauge Inn has 26 rooms. Located about 4 miles south of the Yosemite South Gate.
Okay. So good location, it sounds like.
Great location, and it's a real vintage, unique, small place that you can create that magic that you want to create. It leaves you room to really have your day the way you want to have your day. We're not this corporate entity that says you have A, B, C, or D, and you have to conform to this thing. We ask you, hey, what would you like to do? And as long as it's not a fire hazard, usually, we pretty much say yes.
Right, so you help people customize their experience there.
Absolutely. The people who are coming to us are usually a lot more smart than us. They already know what they want.
Okay.
And so we just have to say, yeah, what you're saying fits there and there and there, but I don't think we can do that specific thing based on our location or something. You know, we're not really looking to say, hey, can you customize your wedding to fit our package? We don't want to do that.
Right. I love that, and I love that there's that personal touch there that, you know, someone presents you with something, you just figure out a way to make it happen.
Definitely.
That's really special, and that's not something that you find from a lot of wedding venues.
I certainly didn't when I was getting married.
You were mentioning that it was pretty stressful.
Very stressful, and just it was annoying because it's like, what do you mean? Why can't we have 10 extra guests? Or why can't we put that round table on that side instead of that side? And little things like that. I was like, this is not how I live my life. You know, I have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more creativity in how I do things. So I want people to know that when you're at Narrow Gauge Inn, we are willing to have creativity with you.
That's so great. And on that note, you were telling me a little bit about the catering services that you can provide. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you can customize it to a bride?
Well, we have a restaurant on site, and one thing I like to brag about a lot is Chef Bethany, a female chef. Most places don't have that as the lead of the restaurant. And what she's willing to do is come up with custom plates for your specific dinner. So if somebody has a rehearsal dinner or the actual wedding event themselves, we'll come up with what is your budget, and then we'll create a chicken, beef, vegan, vegetarian. We'll create some options for you, and you choose those options. We don't just say, hey, here's our 4 things that we give to wedding people.
And this is what you have.
That's it. You're a wedding party person, that's it. But you're like, well, the full menu has 50 things on it, but because I'm having a wedding, you can only eat 4 things. It's like treating people like children. It's not cool.
Right. So you take that away. You treat them like adults.
Like adults. It's like you can choose what you want to eat, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're paying for it. You can choose what you want everyone at your wedding to eat.
You. Yeah.
That's fair, I would say.
Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about a wedding day? What is the venue like?
Well, that's another part of the magic is there's some real nostalgia there at Narrow Gauge Inn. When you're walking around the property, you feel something. I mean, these huge trees are going through the balconies where the rooms are.
Wow.
You know, you're in the forest.
That's amazing.
And so part of the property is we walk around with the wedding party, and they choose their spot.
Really?
Yeah.
They can just pick.
They just pick, and if it works, if they happen to have a 30-person wedding party or a 3-person or 100 people, if it fits within there, if it's within, you know, safety codes and everything,
you'll make it happen. Wow.
Yeah.
And you do that for photographers as well, you were telling me. A lot of photographers are coming out?
Photographers are welcome to just join us. We don't even charge them, actually. The photographers can just show up with a wedding party. They could have nothing to do with Narrow Gauge Inn. They don't have to have their wedding there. They don't have to have their rehearsal there. Nothing. They can just come up, hang out, take a bunch of photos with their people, and we're not going to harass them, and then they can leave.
That's so great. And that's great that there's not that set list of these are the only people that you can work with if you have your wedding here.
That's right. That's right. You could bring in your catering people. You want to have a taco truck? Fine. You could bring that in.
As long as they can find their way to make it work.
Yeah, as long as they got the gas money to make it up, it should be fine, you know. Other than that, You could bring any photographers there. You can use our property to do wedding photos, just to get that specific look you're looking for. You might be having a wedding a little bit further up, somewhere around the Yosemite Valley area, but you don't have that comfort and peace of just taking a full day of doing photography. We can offer you that, and there's no charge for that. We just want to add to that special day.
That's so neat. You were mentioning to me that you have the perfect spot for staycations as well. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I don't like to brag, but I will. Okay. I mean, we're an hour north of Highway 41 and Avenue 12, where that big red barn is, the American flag barn.
I know that barn.
Everyone knows the barn. It's an hour north from there. And right now, for the month of February, including Valentine's Day, we have a special, $149.99 for one night, and you get the second night free.
Wow.
2 nights for $149.99.
That's incredible. For all of February?
I don't even want to repeat myself.
Oh
the internet
my gosh.
might shut down. This deal's so good.
That's an incredible deal.
Thank you.
Very nice. And you're mentioning 26 rooms. I mean, it's a nice, small, intimate, quiet feel, it sounds like.
Yes, it's a very small family feeling. You're going to see the same people on the property around for the couple of days that you're there. You're going to say, hey, didn't I see you over there doing something else? The answer is yes. Everyone does a little something extra to make that place magical, to make it a happy place. You don't find angry people at work.
Well, that's nice.
You're not. I hate showing up somewhere and you're like, oh man, that guy hates his job.
You can tell they don't want to be there. Yeah.
Oh, so annoying. You're not going to see that at the Narrow Gauge Inn. You show up and they're like, oh, it's like family showing up. And before I worked there, I got that feeling there. So now being there, it's like, there. Okay, we definitely got to keep the party going with this love.
That's amazing. And you're absolutely right. That makes such a difference in the overall experience if the people working there want to be there too.
Definitely. And we have international travelers. We have people from all over the world. And if we can provide that level of service to our brothers and sisters from all over the world, certainly we could do it to our brothers and sisters here in the Central Valley.
Absolutely. Treat them just as well.
That's right. That's right.
Now, if a couple is wanting to have their big day out there, how does it work? How far in advance should they come out to figure out the layout, what they want to do exactly?
We work fast.
Okay.
So it's really up to them. We have a full staff. We have our location. We have everything in place. I believe they should have the right event planner.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
Not even the wedding planner. It's an event planner. Somebody who understands events. Not necessarily a wedding, but understands people are going to be showing up at this time, they're eating at this time, they're leaving at they have to, a little bit more project management. If they have that event planner in place, they can set this thing up in 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, wow.
Fast.
So you could do a quick little elopement that way if you wanted to.
5 to 10 person weddings, 20-person weddings, a couple friends, couple families from the Central Valley coming up. We can do that in a couple of weeks' time easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, good to keep in mind with Valentine's Day coming up.
Yeah, definitely.
People have a few days to try to set something like that up there.
Absolutely. And we're serving a wonderful dinner. They can give us a call and ask about the menu as well.
Very nice. Well, George, thank you so much for telling us about the Narrow Gauge Inn. Like I said, I hadn't heard of it before tonight, but I can't wait to go now.
You're welcome.
It's great to have you.
All right, appreciate it.